Buddhism's guide to the pursuit of happiness and how to achieve it. If there is one thing all living beings seek, it's happiness. Regardless of who you are or where you come from, we yearn for joy, peace, and fulfillment. If I were to ask you, do you want to be happy in your life? Your answer would be undoubtedly a firm yes. This universal desire raises an important question. Why does happiness often feel so elusive? Despite our relentless pursuit of happiness, many of us fail to find it. We chase after it, fight for it, and yet it slips through our fingers. So what's the reason for this struggle? The misguided pursuit of happiness. Buddha, one of the greatest teachers of human contentment, offers profound insights into this dilemma. He teaches that the reason we struggle to find lasting happiness is simple. We are searching for happiness in the wrong places. We often seek happiness from external sources, material possessions, status, relationships, and fleeting pleasures. While these things may bring temporary gratification, they cannot provide lasting happiness. The difference between pleasure and happiness. Pleasure is temporary. It is that fleeting joy you feel after buying a new gadget, eating your favorite dessert, or receiving praise from others. But the thrill fades, and you are left searching for the next hit of satisfaction. Happiness, on the other hand, is enduring. It brings a sense of peace, contentment, and fulfillment that remains even in the face of challenges. Buddha warns that when we chase pleasure, thinking it is happiness, we set ourselves up for disappointment and frustration. The path to true happiness. Fortunately, Buddha also offers hope. He teaches that true happiness is attainable if we cultivate it from within. In the Dhammapada, Buddha says, "If with an impure mind one speaks or acts, suffering follows him as the wheel follows the ox. If with a pure mind one speaks or acts, happiness follows him like a shadow that never leaves." In other words, our thoughts and actions determine our experiences of happiness or suffering. When our mind is pure, happiness naturally follows. So how can we purify our minds and cultivate lasting happiness? Key practices for a happy life. Number 1. Accept life's realities. Life is unpredictable. There will be days filled with joy and others marked with hardship. Sometimes we create beautiful memories. Other times we face pain and disappointment. Happiness comes from understanding and accepting this reality. When faced with challenges, you have two choices: focus on the pain and feel miserable, or learn from the experience and grow stronger. Acceptance helps us navigate life's ups and downs with resilience. It's not the bad experience itself that causes frustration, it's our reaction to it. When we accept that life is a mix of good and bad, we can handle tough situations with grace and avoid unnecessary suffering. Number 2, practice generosity. Generosity, known as dana in Buddhism, is a cornerstone of a happy life. It involves giving without expecting anything in return. Many people believe that accumulating wealth and possessions will bring you happiness, but true joy comes from sharing what we have with others. When you give, whether it's food to a hungry person or time to someone in need, you experience a unique joy. Seeing someone benefit from your kindness fills you with a lasting sense of fulfillment. Even years later, the memory of that act of kindness can bring you joy. Buddha encourages us to practice generosity daily. It doesn't have to be grand gestures. Small acts of kindness can make a big difference. Number 3, forgive yourself and others. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful practices for creating happiness. It involves letting go of anger, resentment, and guilt. When you forgive others, it doesn't mean condoning their actions. It means freeing yourself from the burden of negative emotions. Forgiving yourself is equally important. We all make mistakes. Holding on to guilt or regret only makes the present miserable. Buddha teaches that every moment is an opportunity to start fresh. By forgiving yourself and others, you create space in your heart for peace and happiness. Number 4. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment without judgment. It helps us break free from the endless cycle of worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. By cultivating mindfulness, we become more aware of our thoughts and emotions. This awareness allows us to respond to life's challenges with clarity and compassion, rather than being swept away by negative reactions. Simple practices like meditation, mindful breathing, or simply paying attention to everyday activities can help develop mindfulness. Number 5. Let go of desires and cravings. One of Buddha's most profound teachings is that desire and craving are the root causes of suffering. When we constantly chase after things, whether it's wealth, recognition, or relationships, we create a sense of dissatisfaction even when we obtain what we desire. This satisfaction is temporary, and we quickly move on to the next craving. Buddha teaches that true happiness comes from letting go of these cravings. This doesn't mean renouncing all your possessions or pleasures. It means developing a sense of contentment and freedom from attachment. The ultimate happiness, nirvana. Buddha describes nirvana as the highest form of happiness. It is a state of complete liberation from desire, anger, and delusion. Reaching nirvana may seem like a difficult goal, but the journey towards it is filled with profound peace and joy. By practicing acceptance, generosity, forgiveness, mindfulness, and letting go of cravings, we can move closer to this ultimate state of happiness. Happiness is not a destination, it's a journey. It begins within, by cultivating a pure mind and engaging in practices that nurture peace and joy. Here are a few practices to begin loving yourself more. Stop comparing yourself to others. Be kind to yourself when you make a mistake. Set healthy boundaries for yourself and others. Start a mindful meditation practice. Choose mindfully what you allow into your brain and body. When you accept life's realities, practice generosity, forgive yourself and others, and let go of cravings, you pave the way for a meaningful and joyful life. Remember, happiness is a choice you can make every day. Take small steps, and over time, you will create a life filled with true and lasting happiness.